Do you dream of studying at an American university, but the TOEFL seems like an obstacle in your way? Did you know that there are several ways to get into universities in the United States without having to take this exam? If you're looking for alternatives, in today's video, I'll share with you effective strategies for applying to American universities and bypassing the TOEFL requirement. We'll talk about alternative test options, ways to prove your English proficiency without a formal exam, and even how some universities offer exemptions. Stay tuned to discover how to secure your spot without worrying about the TOEFL. Some American universities take a more flexible approach to the TOEFL requirement, recognizing that English proficiency can be assessed in different ways. Many of these institutions have alternative criteria for international students who demonstrate linguistic skills through other means, such as academic records or interviews. This means that instead of focusing on a single exam, they look at a broader set of evidence of academic and linguistic ability. In states like California and New York, for example, some universities are more open to waiving the TOEFL requirement if the student can provide additional proof of fluency. This could include completing high school or undergraduate courses at institutions where English was the language of instruction, or even taking alternative English tests. The flexibility of these universities allows many students from countries where English is widely spoken, or those with an educational background in English, to gain admission without the TOEFL. To maximize your chances, it's crucial to research universities and their admission policies thoroughly. Often they provide clear information about TOEFL waivers on their websites, as well as specific requirements depending on the student's country of origin or educational background. By identifying these opportunities, you can choose an institution that values your skills and experiences rather than focusing solely on the TOEFL. Be sure to check the requirements of each university before applying and reach out to the admissions office to confirm details about waivers or alternatives. If the TOEFL is not an option for you, fortunately there are alternatives that many American universities accept to prove English proficiency. The IELTS, International English Language Testing System, for example, is one of the most popular and widely recognized options globally. Although it is similar to the TOEFL, the IELTS offers a different approach in terms of format and evaluation. It is particularly useful for students who feel more comfortable with the structure of the test, as it includes a speaking section conducted live with an examiner, which can provide a more natural assessment of verbal communication skills. Another growing and very accessible alternative is the Duolingo English test. This test has become a popular choice, especially because it is entirely online and priced lower compared to other exams. It offers the advantage of being taken from anywhere, making it easier for those who have difficulty accessing traditional test centers. Additionally, many universities have started accepting Duolingo as proof of proficiency, making it a viable option for those seeking flexibility and convenience. In addition to these options, Cambridge English qualifications, such as C1 Advanced or C2 Proficiency, are also highly respected alternatives by American universities. These exams are well recognized for their accuracy in assessing advanced English skills. For students who already have a high level of proficiency, these certificates can be an excellent way to demonstrate their language ability, as they are accepted by many universities worldwide as proof of language competence. The choice of the most suitable exam will depend on your situation, English level, and personal preferences. If you completed your previous studies at an institution where English was the language of instruction, many American universities may waive the TOEFL requirement. This is because these institutions recognize that your language proficiency was acquired during your academic training. In this case, what is usually required is formal proof that English was indeed the language of instruction. You may need to provide academic transcripts or official letters from your school confirming that English was the language used during your course. This type of exemption is quite common for students who attended international schools or universities in countries where English is the primary language, such as the United Kingdom, Canada, Australia, and Ireland. These countries have education systems in which English is widely used for all curriculum content, making additional exams unnecessary to assess the student's proficiency. Furthermore, schools and universities in these countries are often very experienced in preparing students, whether native or non-native English speakers, for higher education. It is important to remember that universities may have different policies regarding TOEFL exemptions, and not all institutions automatically grant this waiver. Therefore, it's essential to check the specific requirements of each university you're interested in applying to. Even if you studied in an English-speaking country or at an international school, additional documentation may be required to ensure the university recognizes your language proficiency. Some universities may offer the opportunity to demonstrate your language skills through an interview. This process can be done in person or online, allowing the admissions committee to directly assess your speaking and listening abilities. Although this option is less common, it can be an excellent opportunity for students who have strong verbal communication skills but may not perform as well on standardized tests like the TOEFL. Many American universities offer English language programs specifically designed for international students who need to improve their language skills before starting their undergraduate or graduate courses. These programs are intended to help students achieve a high level of academic English proficiency, focusing not only on general language skills, but also on how to apply the language in academic contexts. Throughout the program, students learn how to write academic essays, participate in classroom discussions, and prepare for the challenges of studying in English-speaking environments. Do you want to transform your academic future and achieve incredible results? With these 2 exclusive ebooks that I left in the video description, you'll master the application process for American colleges and increase your chances of approval, and also improve your study performance with practical and effective strategies. It's your turn to take the next step towards success. Don't waste time, click on the link now and start building the future you deserve. These intensive English courses not only aim to improve vocabulary and grammar, but also prepare students for the academic culture of the United States. Classes include listening, reading, and writing training, as well as strategies for interpreting academic texts and communicating effectively in oral presentations. After completing these programs, many students feel much more prepared to meet the academic demands of a university course, having gained the necessary tools to handle the challenges of learning in English. After completing an English language program, some universities may waive the TOEFL requirement for admission to undergraduate or graduate courses, especially if the student demonstrates through internal assessments or successful completion of the course that they have reached the necessary level of proficiency for academic success. This can be an excellent opportunity for those who wish to avoid the standardized test while still receiving solid preparation for their studies. However, it's important to remember that each institution has its own policies, so it's essential to confirm with the university whether completing the English program can indeed replace the TOEFL. When applying to universities, remember that the TOEFL is just one part of the selection process. If you have other strengths, such as strong academic performance, impressive extracurricular activities, or a well-crafted motivation letter, you can strengthen your application enough for the admissions committee to overlook the absence of a TOEFL score. Some universities may prioritize your academic history or results from other standardized exams, such as SAT or ACT, over language proficiency. While the TOEFL is a common requirement for international students, it is not a barrier to getting into American universities. With the right research, you can find institutions that offer flexibility in English proficiency requirements or equally recognized test alternatives. Moreover, leveraging your educational background and achievements can be the differentiator you need to stand out in your application. Remember, there are various ways to achieve your goal of studying in the United States without needing to take the TOEFL. The key is to fully understand each university's policies and explore all available opportunities. Get ready to open the doors to your academic future and make the most of the options within your reach. If you want to learn more about applying to American universities or explore valuable tips to improve your studies and stay focused while preparing for college, just click on the cards I've added at the end of the video. Take advantage and start transforming your future today.